Hey! What is up, everybody? Where did Jared go? Oh, there's Jared.
What is up?
Well, welcome to.
It's delayed. It's freaking. I'm like, watch this. I'm gonna make a motion, and it's just not gonna show it for a minute. So
as we're dealing with bug
madness, so much for joining
internet.
us tonight. Wait, oh man, we're gonna be talking over everybody, dude. This is gonna be horrible. Okay,
I don't know if we are or if it's just
one more
Jared,
time. One more time, okay?
Chuck, would you like to introduce yourself, man?
This is terrible.
I give up already. I don't even know what to try.
I can introduce myself, but I was really hoping to talk over someone as they tried to do it. It'd be great. We do it at the same time.
All right, Chuck, I'll give you one more chance, okay? You can talk over me as soon as I get started, okay?
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm Chuck, and
okay. So are we ready now? Are we ready? Okay.
I think so.
All right. I give up.
So tonight we have with us Antarctic Press, the great Chuck.
No, do it. Do it.
I think it is. Isn't it Chucktastic? Is it Chucktastic?
Chucktastic. Yeah, that sounds about right, actually.
Oh, dang, that's so cool. We have Chucktastic with us tonight. Chuck, go ahead and talk over me real quick and let everybody know who you are.
What is going on, everybody? I am Chuck Pineau, Pineau, right down there. I am an editor, a writer, a publisher, all that kind of stuff for indie comics.
Oh.
You left out sex symbol.
I'm also a sex symbol and a novelist. I forget about that one, too, because that's still kind of recent. Thank you. Yep.
I would dig more into that, but I'm sure I'd get in trouble by the powers that be, so I won't.
Why? Why not?
You can talk about him being a novelist. That's fine.
You too, yeah, whatever you want.
Oh, thank you, Matt. Nicely done. So, what's it like being a novelist?
So, here's the funny thing about being an author. That's kind of the word, right? Is being an author. Is my partner, Essence House, is the first first book that I co-authored with my good buddy Sexy. Thank you. You're correct. You're so correct. I'm not going to pronounce your name, but you're correct.
Just call him Digi.
Okay, Digi. I like that. But yeah, so my co-author Eric Cockrell, when we started working on the novel, he and I are hanging out, and he was someone. He's like, "Oh man, you're finally going to be an author," and I was like, "Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I've written for comics. I already feel like I am an author." And he's like, "Yeah, the rest of the world doesn't work like that." And I was like, no, that's not true. And he's like, no, trust me, man. He's like, my parents, I made comics for like a dozen years. And then when I finally brought out a novel, they're like, oh my gosh, you're an author. They're like, it's ridiculous. And I was like, yeah, I don't buy that shit. I was like, I don't buy that shit.
That is.
I think that's just your parents. I was like, I think that's just your parents.
No. What it is that writers for comic books are really screenplay writers.
Well, I guess, but I mean, still, I felt like, no, I'm an author. And so, made this novel, showed it off to my mom. I showed her the proof of it, like took a picture of it and showed it to her. And she was like, oh my gosh, my son, he's an author. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Really? Like, you're going to jump on this too? So it's true. Like, apparently it's true. I am finally an author now. That's how it goes. I didn't want to believe it, but it's true. My mom fell into the same damn trap.
Everybody, standing ovation for
Thanks,
the
buddy.
author and X symbol, which is redundant, but still
absolutely redundant.
Well, I mean, it's understandable. It's understandable. So then, now you're also an indie comic book editor. So take us through the world of the editor versus the author.
So, I mean, here's the thing about editing, especially with comics. There's a million different things you can do. So there's so many different ways to see an editor. So a lot of people just think, oh, I don't need an editor because I have Grammarly. All right, first off, that's such a shitty attitude. And Grammarly is only thinking, oh, I've heard it, and I fucking hate it. It pisses me off. And not just because it takes, money out of my pocket, but also because it's such a shitty attitude because there's so much more that we do. So as an editor, when I go through your script, first off, I don't want to go through your script. I want to go through your outline. I want to see your outline first, go through that, and make sure that all the major points are hit in that one issue and that it makes sense according to previous issues, to issues that come afterwards, all that kind of stuff. Like, I want to break down everything at the outline. Then you can go to script, and by doing that, I feel like you're going to make a lot less mistakes and you're going to have to do a lot less revisions on your scripts. And that, because we did all that kind of work in the outline. So then when you get to your scripts, we're going to actually mostly go over what up? Thank you. Thank you very much. We're going to have to go over mostly just dialogue, and pacing is another thing we might have to go over, like things like, hey man, you've got 4 pages in a row, all that are 6 panels. That's not pacing. Let's feel it out. Things like, hey, your turn page. So a lot of people don't think about their turn pages, but every odd page, when you turn it, you really want to get the audience excited and make them excited to turn that page. So you want, even if it's just like a small little thing, like somebody's opening a door and you're like, oh, who's behind the door? And then that's a good reason to turn the page, like just something like that. So always trying to kind of catch those pacing things and give people a chance to really get people excited, because the last thing you want to do is get someone to stop reading or have to go back and read over something, because you're giving them a reason to put the thing down. And most comics, especially, like your standard issue, they're only like 20, 24 pages. So you want to make sure they get that in one read. They just can't put it down. So page penalty. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, so I did a script recently. They sent me, I think it was like a 26 page script or something. And they had four splash pages in it. And I was like, ooh, that's way too many, man. The thing about splash pages is they're supposed to be about drama. They're supposed to be about excitement. And so, and they're supposed to be like this one moment to get excited about. And so having too many of those really kind of, I don't know, it takes the power away from the splash.
Jared's going to sit there in silence until you call on him.
Oh, like, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, I was hoping you would wait the whole show.
Yeah, no, right?
I was going to. I was prepared.
Like massaging his arm.
Going to mess with the Pineau, well, dang, now I forgot. Never mind.
Splash pages?
Oh, thank you. So with the splash pages, is a splash page a 2-page spread? Is that what a splash page is, or what's a
No,
splash
that
page?
we would call that a double page spread or a double splash. A splash is just like usually one page. That's all one panel
Oh,
basically.
no panels.
Yeah, usually.
Like one big. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so you don't want too many of them because it takes away the drama. It takes away the importance of what it's supposed to do.
Well, does it progress the story slower when you have a splash page versus the panels on the page?
That's a really good way of putting it. Yeah, I mean, think about how much holding his hand. Yeah, I know, right? It's cute. Yeah, because think about how much more you could have put on that page, and all you did was show off one image. So if we had, let's say we have 20 pages, and you put 4 splash pages in there, that means you've got 1/5 less the story opportunities. So it almost to me comes off as a little lazy when you have all those splash pages going on. So yeah,
Is it harder to make us? Well, I guess this would be a question for the artist, but wouldn't it be harder for the artist to make a splash page versus the panels because there's less detail in the panels?
It really depends. Splash page is a really cool chance though for the artist to have fun, let loose, and just kind of do their thing. So yeah, it really depends. I mean, panels can be very intricate because everything's so much smaller and whatnot, and you're trying to pack everything in there. Whereas, and you have to be a little more cognizant of lettering, of where the bubbles are going to be. Whereas if you do a splash page, you've got more room to make sure that your bubbles are in there and all that kind of stuff. So you're a little more free. So actually, I think for artists, and artists can feel free to call me out, but I think a splash page is actually a little easier for them.
Okay. So here's a good follow-up question. Do you find it hard to edit your own stuff, or do you get someone else to edit for you?
I get someone else to edit my own stuff just because it's that whole can't see the forest for the trees sort of thing.
Right.
It's really easy for somebody else, but also it's like how shitty would it be of me to tell everybody you need an editor, you absolutely have an editor, and then I'm like, yeah, but I can do it on my own. Like that's really like hypocritical. So I like to get one just to hit the point home. Hey man, what we do is important, and having an editor there is really important, and even I do it. So yeah.
Having an editor is the most important in my personal opinion. Like all great writings were created by a great editor, you know.
Can somebody put a beat behind Jared right now? With his audio? Like I feel like this is a #1 SoundCloud hit. I'm telling you guys. If the Island Boys can make it, Jared surely can.
Oh,
you were just cutting in and out just a little bit there, man.
Boom, boom, boom.
boom, boom.
Mike says, I like having an editor.
I am his editor. That's why he's a good dude.
Oh, look at that, giving some love.
He's a good dude. He's a great dude. He has his comic on Kickstarter right now. Brink and Fetchers want to have fun. It's almost funded. So if you guys want to go check out that, an absolutely great fun book.
What is
you know what? We could.
There you are. Look at that. Look, 28. What is that? 28.39? Is that where we're at? Yeah.
Yep.
So funding is 3,000. So they're so close. And this is his first book.
Nice.
What was really cool was Mike came to me when we were doing Belial 2, and he said, "Hey man, I've always wanted to make my own comic." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And he's like, I'm gonna make a script, and then I want to see if you think it would work out. And I was like, well, I believe we can make it work regardless, but yeah, okay. And he, to his credit, he worked really hard. Like him and his wife is a great producer, got so many of these amazing artists and helped out so much behind the scenes. And yeah, we just worked really hard on this one. And it's his first book, and it's so much fun. It's just about 2 girls, Brink and Fetch. Brink is basically a witch of some kind.
Should we play the video, Chuck? We can play.
Yeah, you know what? Have some fun. Yeah, have some fun with that one. That might do it better than me.
Okay.
Oh my God, it's finally here. think you mean oh my goddess.
Our adventures are finally going to be told.
And blasted all over social media.
I mean, it was only a matter of time before someone caught us.
Do you think the world is really ready to see our night of passion?
Well, I promise a good amount of violence.
And lots of lust. The women were delectable that night.
Sorry, boys. Brink doesn't swing that way, but I'm ready to play.
It's sad, but I support your decision. Well, as long as it's not that guy.
Yeah, that guy is scary.
What's scary is how long I've been waiting for this.
You never had a problem waiting when you were in my hands.
Fetch! Stop teasing me!
I thought you liked when I teased you.
You'll be seeing more of us in Brink and Fetch. Just want to have fun. We'll be waiting.
Brink and
That looks
Fetch
great.
just wanna have fun.
Dude, we actually have an homage cover to that album. I told them, I was like, how can you not have an homage cover? And they're like, oh, that's a good idea. I was like, yeah, you got to make that. So, yeah, we have them dancing barefoot in front of a brick wall. It's great, yeah.
Awesome. Brink and Fetch just wanna have fun. Man,
It's a fun book. It really
we
is.
want to just have fun with them. That looks really good. That now there was 2 different art styles that I noticed.
So we have one interior artist, and then they have multiple variant artists working on it.
Oh, cool.
So Sergio
Cover art.
Rios is the main artist, and he also has the main cover. And then we have other artists like Chris Madd, David Fott, Steph Wilson, Justin Hunt, like a bunch of really good people doing some amazing covers.
Yeah, there are a lot
If
of
you
big
want
names on
Trish,
this thing.
That video looks fantastic, by the way. That looks fantastic. The voiceovers were really, really well done. Like, that was fun. That was cool.
I believe that actually was like their daughter and her friend or something doing that
Really?
together. Yeah, their grown daughter.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
I had to say grown daughter because it's a fairly sexual book, and you don't want like, oh yeah, it was a 13-year-old, you know, like, no, she's voting age, like we're all good, guys.
She's an adult. She's an adult.
She's an adult, absolutely.
Yes.
Well, there's also
But
a link over that campaign inside a chat, guys. So if you guys want to go check that out, make sure you do. As Chuck was saying, they're killing it over on there.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
That's their first campaign.
Yeah, man, they're doing really good.
Yeah, see
Oh.
right here.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, this
Sorry.
is a
like-
good question here,
I
Jared.
just had to. Sorry.
That's a really good question, actually. So is it mostly? So that's the thing. It depends on the client. Different people have different needs. So spelling grammar is certainly an important part. What I like to do, because it's indie comics and a lot of people don't know what they need, I created like a combo package. So I'll do it all from beginning at the outline all the way until proofing at the very end, where I proofread after lettering and whatnot to make sure we caught everything and there's no mistakes that happened in lettering, which can happen, especially if your letterer doesn't directly copy and paste.
Or if it's Matt.
Something can come up. So everything happens in between. And then, also do things like voice work, which means that the characters sound like themselves. Like when you're writing them, sometimes all the characters sound similar. So I come in to kind of go, this character sounds more like they would use more contractions and they would talk a little more smoothly and modern. Whereas this person, they would probably use bigger words and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of that stuff kind of comes into it. And then art direction, where, you'll be able to kind of go over the roughs and check things out and go, this works, that works, all that kind of stuff.
There's a good question here, Jared. You can read that?
I can. I tend to be kind of a really organic sort of guy where I want to give the artist as much playtime as they can get. So basically, I try to, in my own work and when I'm working with clients, I try to tell them, inspire your artist to do an amazing job. So give them every reason to just want to hit it out of the park, but you don't necessarily want to hold their hands through the whole thing. Like, I have this amazing book that I'm working on right now with Henri Compan. It's called War Lion. And when we first started, Henri was doing all the layouts. And Henri's a great dude, but he's not necessarily an artist. And I was like, hey, man, we finally got to a page where it was like 4 or 5 pages in. And I was like, I got to be honest, I fucking hate this layout. And he was like, what? I was like, you've got this amazing moment of them traveling up this mountain, and it just feels so fucking static and boring. And he was like, oh, okay, so what should I fix? And I was like, don't fix it. Here's my suggestion. Send that layout to your artist, tell him that Chuck says it sucks, and that we want him to see if he can do better. Inspire him, the artist, to do better. And he was like, oh, okay. So he did that. And the artist fucking knocked it out of the park. It was amazing. And then after that, the artist basically just took over, and he's been doing his own layouts. And for the most part, it's been awesome. And the guy Henri came to me, and he was just like, dude, you saved me so much time. Like, I didn't realize how much time I was spending doing the job, that job. And it took a lot out of me. And I was like, yeah, man, now you got more time to make more comics and do other things and spend time with your family and shit. Like, this is what they do. This is what they enjoy doing. Let them do it. Stop cuffing them. And so, yeah, man, if your artist can do the work, and, some want their hand held, and sometimes you have to figure that out. But if they don't, then let them do it.
Jared, you doing okay up there, man?
No, I'm dying on my spit. So just so everybody's aware, nobody actually came in with a cool question that I just want to reiterate to anybody joining the stream right now. We're chilling with Chuck Pineau, and he's from Bonfire Press.
Did he? Oh, hold on.
Yeah, yeah, you got it right. Holy crap! Way to go.
What?
Nobody ever gets his last name right.
No one gets my name right. You got it right first try.
Thank you. I've been practicing.
You did good, homie. You did good.
But he's okay. So everybody who's just joining us, we're with Chuck Tastic. He's incredible. He edits indie creator comic books. He's also an author. He has an awesome book in the marketplace that he is actually, because he's such an awesome indie. Thank you, Chuck, for being so fantastic. He's actually put a comic in the marketplace that we can all enjoy called The Void, or Welcome to the Void. Yep. Tell us, and that's what's going on, nobody. But tell us a little bit about your comic that's in the marketplace, if you don't mind, Chuck.
Yeah, for sure. It's funny. Welcome to the Void. I actually came up with that idea back in like 2007. And back then, I'm a big fantasy guy. Yeah, there you go, right there. I'm a huge fantasy fan, and I felt like in modern comics, fantasy, especially magic, was treated really poorly, and it was very stodgy. I know that Doctor Strange is cool again and all that kind of crap, but in 2007, he wasn't at all. And I just didn't enjoy how they were doing it. So I wanted to make cool magic a little more modern, cool, just something a little more fun and accessible to modern audiences. So that's why I came up with this. My pitch has grown over the years. When I first started, I had this big, long, like 45-second long pitch. But now at Comic Cons, it sells so much quicker when I just say, Welcome to the Void is an urban fantasy about a dishwasher who finds the center of all creation.
Whoa. A dishwasher that finds the center of all creation. Well, I just want you to know, dishwashers are the coolest people on the planet. I wash dishes for a whole summer up in Yellowstone. They're the greatest.
I used to be I was a cook forever, and I've been in that business for years and years. And the thing about cooking, anyone who's lived that life for any length of time, when you first get in there and you're a nobody, usually you're thrown in the dish pit, the dish pit, and often they'll just call you dish bitch. You don't even get a name. And so it's really frustrating. It's difficult. It's a dirty fucking job, and it sucks. And people often treat you like crap. And I thought I would love to see somebody kind of at the lowest echelon in the roughest spot and really see them kind of build up. And to me at that time, there was nothing lower than dishwasher.
Oh, dude, there is nothing lower than that. Well, okay, I take that back. Cleaning fryers is definitely lower than dishwasher.
No, it's not. It's cleaning fryers is way above, because
I don't know,
most of the guys who it's a shitty job, but most of the guys who clean fryers also get to cook. Dishwashers don't.
Yeah, but okay, agreed. I see what you're saying there.
Yeah.
However, I will make the argument that cleaning dishes, you've got the water and it's nice and it's a good temperature and you can actually scrub off the plates and the pans and stuff and it's all easy and stuff like that. But you get into a fryer where the carbon has been baked on for like eons and you're like scrubbing and sweating and then all that nastiness is getting all over you and you smell forever. I don't know, man. They're both
that sounds a lot like raising
bottom of
kids.
the barrel jobs.
Oh, it's tough, man. It's brutal. I actually have a friend
That's why
who
I
melted
take my
his
hat
leg.
off to everyone that does it.
Oh yeah, I had a friend who actually melted his leg because of dishwashing or because of deep frying. He somebody while he was getting ready to clean it to fix it, he opened up the thing and somebody came by and basically hit the kind of the thing that opens up the oil, and it spilled all over his leg and massive burns.
Ooh.
It's a really dangerous job. Yeah, you are treated like absolute shit. Yeah. Ditch bitch. Yeah, see? Andrew gets it, man. It's so true. Yeah. Ditch bitch is the lowest. Yeah, he gets it.
I've done it.
Well, let's see here,
Here's
guys.
one to run second.
Stable
Since
mucking.
Jared, since
I've
Jared
done
got Chuck's name right, I think we should award a badge. What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, he deserves. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, all right. I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready. Is it Jared the Magnificent badge?
No, we were trying to make a joke because we thought for sure you would say this.
All right. So, everybody, if you go to your dashboard, right? Come down just a little bit. Go over to My Badges. Grigio.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, how you spell
And
that?
you get the smoldering badge.
That's awesome.
It might be one of the
That's
most
so
handsome
awesome.
badges we have ever had.
I love that. That's hilarious. Holy crap. That's wonderful. Holy shit.
Grigio.
You guys are so fucking fun. I love it.
Yeah.
So
we might
let's see
have
here.
another badge later on tonight. Might. I don't know.
What? You guys are just spoiled. Oh, look at
know,
that
right?
smolder. Chuck. Fantastic.
This kid has claws.
Dude.
Oh,
I
man.
mean, serious. You're just like throwing your fur tail around your neck.
You know what's funny about that picture? That was taken at Thanksgiving. My sister-in-law had an iPhone app with a filter, and that's just an iPhone filter. Yeah, it was just me, literally just sitting at the table. She had taken a black and white picture of herself with that filter. I was like, "That's badass." So I did like the whole, and it just looked badass. And I was like, "All right." And now that's like my author photo. So yeah,
That's great.
That is awesome.
I just
love
use
it.
a picture of Matt. I just submit that. Nobody asks.
there you go.
So if you ever read something that Matt's written that was good, now you know why.
Love you too,
wait.
Fry.
I know, right? Don't hold back. Tell us how you really feel.
Oh, this is,
Seriously.
Dominic says, "Thank you. Trying to guess that code was driving me nutty." Sucker. Oh, and then
Serious.
nobody's
That was a
illusion
good
is
code.
snooping through the system.
Hey, you quit that. You quit that.
Hey, don't take away the fun, boys. That's half the fun. But seriously, the reason they knew that is because every time I would say your last name, Fry would be like, "That's not how you say it." And I'm like, "Oh no, it's Pinot Grigio."
Fry screws it up too.
That's
But
so
I could
great.
say the Pinot Grigio, and then all I had to do was take off the Grigio, and I was like, "Pinot." Oh yes. Oh,
Yep. No, good, dude. That's awesome. And I love how here's the funny thing. My last name is French, but I'm mostly Italian. So I love that you give it the Italian flair. That's perfect. That's so perfect. Like, dude, Jared, you're fucking dead on tonight, and I don't even think you're trying, and I love it. I love it.
Thank you, sir.
You're dead on.
May I have another? No, I'm just kidding.
I know, right? Badges for everyone. Fuck it, let's do it. We should change his name.
You have someone so incredible, so chucktastic on your show to where you get to go.
You got, dude. Seriously. I just got the book on here, but I've been chatting with you guys and coming on crypto for a couple years now, and it's just the only reason I don't have a book on crypto is literally just because I'm a lazy dick and I'm usually doing other shit. I'll call myself out on this.
We wouldn't call you that.
No, but I would.
But I do have a question. So now that you got a book on the marketplace, what did you think of the reader, man? Because that's what we've all been waiting for, the editor to come and tell us what he thinks of our reader.
Dude, the reader's really cool. Like I did the comic book reader way back in the day, the CBR, and dude, it's right up there with it. Like it's really good. I really love it. And then you guys also, aren't you guys able to go panel by panel too? Do you guys have that set up yet?
This is a really good time to screen share the comic book reader.
Oh, sorry. There was some internal discussions going on behind the scenes right there. we aren't able to go panel by panel. So the way that our reader works is we wanted it to operate like a physical copy. We wanted to replicate that physical experience in the digital realm. So we went with the book. What we did was we went with the full page and then scrolled them. So when you get into those detailed pages, then you can actually like get full screen and just roll down the page to really get the details, get the words all perfect. Now, as far as going panel by panel, that I don't know if that's in our roadmap. I know that we've talked about that particular feature set, but if it is in our roadmap, it would be like phase 10 and we're in phase 0. So just to give you an idea of when that might be coming along.
That's fair.
I'm going to say 0.6.
0.6. Sorry. We have progressed quite a lot actually. We're doing some really cool stuff behind the scenes. But yeah, so that was our objective. We really wanted to get away from the scrolling comic book read and really try and mimic the physical read, you know. And in a physical, you don't really go panel to panel. You have the whole page. You're brought into the whole page, and then from there you pick your way through it.
Yeah.
Who is your artist on the Void?
So the artist is Sean Barbour. He's my inker and my partner on Belial. And then we have Kitty Pierce, who did the colors, and then Mike Wagner did the lettering. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. And then I had an editing team. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Wendy is my wife, and she is an amazing proofer and just a fantastic lady. And then Ben Cook is a good buddy of mine. We've been working together forever. And so I brought him in to kind of go over the story, make sure all the beats hit, all that kind of stuff.
So your wife gets to pick through your comics and tell you what you're doing wrong?
Yep.
Now, my question is, did you have a choice in that, Chuck?
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely did.
Okay.
I'm gonna say yeah.
Of course, she's right there across from me, looking at me. So yeah, I totally had a choice.
Blink 3 times if you're being held against your will.
We're happy. Yeah. I start blinking in Morse code.
No, this is a really good
thank you.
comic, man.
Thank you so much, nobody.
You did a great job. Now, what are you working on currently?
I mean, a fuck ton of stuff, but for my own stuff right now, Belial 3 is in art. The next Welcome to the Void, I'm hoping it's been about 70 to 75% done for years now. So I just need to finally kind of get that thing finished and done and get that one out there too. And then we have Essence House. Essence House is, well, it's actually called Chronicles of the Essence Guard, and it's a series of both books and podcasts. And so, thank you. Children of the Essence is the second book. It's also seasons 3 and 4 of the podcast series. And so, in March, we're going to be starting season 4, which will be the second half of the book.
Holy cow.
And what's great about that series is you can go anywhere that you pick up your podcasts, and you can listen to seasons 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, and 3 right now, and 4 will be coming very soon. So that's like, I mean, dude, it's hours and hours. Each episode is 20 minutes long, and we have, I think right now we have 35 or 36 episodes up there.
Wow.
Yeah. So just a lot of.
What's the storyline of Essence Guard?
What's the pitch for that one? Okay.
Yeah.
That one. It's a little more difficult. I had a really shitty pitch, and then I've worked on it. But basically, it's a the problem with it is that when you first pick up the first book, we want you to know almost nothing, and then by the time you get into like episode 2 or 3, now you have a good idea of what's going on. So, but you might as well kind of give that up because we got to get people into it. I tell people it's a time travel family drama. It's about a family who's
I'm losing it.
Uh-oh, what are we losing?
Yeah, what are we losing, Jared?
I don't know. Other than his mind.
Okay.
Cognitive abilities. That's what we're losing. Okay.
Okay, well, it's a time travel family drama about a man who comes back to his ancestral home. He's basically been kind of separated from his entire family for 20 some odd years. He comes back to kind of help out with the property, and as he's helping on the property, he actually finds that the ancestral home that he grew up living in that had been demolished in the mid-90s, there's actually a piece of it still remaining, and it has magical properties.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
What piece of the property was it? Like, was it a building, or was it like a door, or was it like a brick?
I'm just gonna leave it at peace, because by the time you get like into chapter 2, you know what's going on, and all those surprises will be just so much fun. So I'm just gonna leave it as a piece right now, and you'll get it as you go.
Okay.
And then the second book is actually it's called Children of the Essence. It actually, instead of the first one, starts literally January. Here's the funny thing: when we launched the podcast, it was January 1st, 2020. We thought this will be so cool. We'll launch in 2020. We'll make the story start in 2020. It'll be really cool. Well, no one told me 2020 was going to be such a fucking dumpster fire. I am on Spotify. Yes, thank you. Yes, we are on Spotify, so you can check all that out for free. So yeah, absolutely. So we did that. Luckily, the story only takes up about a month or two, so it's in the first half of that year before things really went to shit. And so then when we went to make the second one, we're like, oh geez, like how far in the future do we have to go until we don't have to deal with this shit? So instead, we did a prequel, and so we went back to 2012.
I love how J.D. Smith and Jared comes in and says, yeah. I mean, not a whole lot.
Everything happened.
Really.
Right? Yeah, not an awful lot, actually. A lot of staying at home and doing nothing. And writing books, apparently.
We've also got a second Kickstarter that you are kind of a part of.
Mm-hmm.
So we should bring that up as well. Let me see here. I am going to get the link ready for everybody, and I'm just going to post the video. And while I'm doing this, we're actually waiting for Jared. It looks like his audio had cut out on him. So he's just resetting himself real quick. So I'm going to play this video and pop the link in while we get ourselves audio for our fearless leader and bearded wonder, Jared.
Perfect.
In the beginning, there were farts that hopefully taught some moral lessons about bullying. And now Team Cat Dad is back. And this time, we're trying to figure out what makes a hero. A story that examines popularity versus heroics while teaching children how real people can inspire heroic tales. The entire creative team is back for this powerful second tale of heroics, and we do have the usual rewards and such. Truly amazing covers, including a limited edition coloring book cover for the first time. But if you're a fan of Cat Dad and Supermom, you know it's about more than rewards. It's about the creator's autistic son Jax and his love for him and the stories he hopes inspires and guides him and hopefully the readers of these tales. It is about the human moments and the ability to entertain and bring the entire family together that matters to us. And a reminder of the power of imagination. I want to thank you for watching this video and hope you take a moment to look over the campaign for Cat Dad and Supermom, What Makes a Hero. And remember, we rise together through kindness. Please go to catdadandsupermom.com for more information about this campaign.
All right, so this is totally different than the other campaign.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Absolutely.
So, how
Little
is it
different theme,
professionally
yeah.
for you to balance those two separate sides of the coin?
I mean, right? Like, I mean, I've literally done everything from a kid's book, and actually the prequel to this was like a book that you read to your little ones. Oh, cool. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, Raheel Mohsen is a really good artist. I love the stuff that he does. So yeah, I mean, just, you know, at the end of the day, no matter what you're working on, as an editor, I feel like you really have to put your head in the minds of the audience. What does the audience want? So it's all about that. And Bobby Gregory, the guy who made this, he's really good about kind of getting into the kids' heads and really seeing what they'll most enjoy. And so this has been a really good book to put together. And actually, the first book did so well that Scout Comics ended up picking us up. So you can go to scoutcomics.com and you can pick the first one on Scoot. Yep.
Okay, well, really quick here. Andrew Dodge comes in and says, back both of the Kickstarters. And I gotta say, I think we should just throw this out there right now.
Let's do it.
Just so everybody's aware. Anybody that's watched our show, anybody that's really involved in indie comics and stuff, you guys are all going to kind of know exactly who Andrew Dodge is. He's been so awesome about helping so many different indie creators and huge supporter. I would honestly argue that Andrew Dodge is one of the biggest cheerleaders in this industry right now for us, in all indie comics. And what we wanted to do is bring a little bit of awareness here. We did talk to Andrew about this beforehand. And Chuck, we talked to you as well. Mm-hmm. Thank you for being cool with us doing this. Let's see. I think I should probably give this to Matt. Matt's going to be better spoken on this than I am. Yeah, we've got a thing where I think we can all get together and we can help out Andrew and Andrew's family.
So yeah, as right now, Andrew's brother Chris is going through some pretty hard times with cancer, and so it looks like it went into remission, but now it's back in force. So everybody, if you could go to this GoFundMe, and we really need to, support Crutchy's family. He's been supporting us for quite a while, so let's show him some love.
Yeah, and of course, like anything else, guys, if you guys can't financially help, that's totally understandable. Times are tight for everybody right now. But if you guys can share this link out, that makes a huge help for them. And I'm sure we can speak on Crutchy's behalf and saying thank you for taking your time to do that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, plus like half the comics that come through here get successfully funded because Andrew Dodge jumps in and makes sure, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, let's be realistic. Without Andrew Dodge at this point, indie comics would be starving. So,
yeah. Andrew Dodge puts my kids through college.
I mean, I don't know if he did that much, but we definitely appreciate everything that Crutchy has done. I don't know if you realize, Chuck, why we call him Crutchy. Have you heard that story?
I have not.
Yeah,
So-
that was a good story.
Oh, so we're doing a live stream, and suddenly we look over in the chat, and there's Andrew Dodge, and he's like, "Hey, I'm on the way to the hospital. I just shattered my ankle," and he's still sitting there watching our stream, and so after that we just started calling him Crutchy because it kind of made sense. Now I feel like a jerk for it. Every time I say that, it makes us sound worse and worse.
I think
That
no,
whole
you know what? I
story.
think what that shows his dedication, like how much he loves indie comics, that he would continue to hang out and watch. I remember when we were doing dude, of course, man, all the best to your family, seriously. When we were doing the first the Welcome to the Void Kickstarter, halfway through I got this really bad pain in my back, like just brutal. And it turns out that I had kidney stones. And so, yeah, and they were rough. And I did a live from my hospital bed, just because. And I'd already funded, but it didn't matter. I was like, no, I'm not giving up. So I'm there, and I had recently just passed the last stone. I was like, "What's up, guys? It's Chuck. I'm in my hospital bed. Just passed some kidney stones, and why don't you guys pass the buck? Go check out Welcome to the Void." So, I mean,
Wow.
I understand. I feel like I know, Andrew, because at the end of the day, if you really love something, injury ain't going to stop you, man. So, good for you, buddy.
Oh, geez. Well, Min comes in with a bunch of hearts for Crutchy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Everybody loves that dude. All right, so I feel like we have so much stuff to go over here, Chuck. All right,
I got a question for you. It's concerning the Into the Void. So, with I'm just trying to find. I got notes everywhere. So, in the Tibetan Buddhism, the void or the Shunyata, it kind of refers to the experience of being completely empty and all that kind of stuff. But it is considered like almost a magical realm, kind of depending on how you get there, through meditation or essentially living a life of, without anything. How does that kind of play into the comic book?
Wow. You fucking did your research and you nailed it, dude. Holy shit. So,
first of all, Matt, this means you have to do that type of questioning on every stream now. You don't get to do that just once.
So the funny thing is the book's not technically there yet, but it doesn't matter because we're gonna get there very soon. Jared's back. What's going on, buddy?
Hey,
dude, I got trapped in the void.
Nicely played. But yeah, that's the neat thing about the void. You can get there kind of any way, and I felt like the center of all creation, which is what the void is, it should be a blank space. So it really just is blackness, and that's because the true form of creation is a blank page, because you can literally make anything from it. So yeah, man, I very much followed. And the funny thing is, our main character Manny is half Tibetan, so you just nailed every aspect of it, dude.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is a little sus. Matt
he did really
come up
good
with questions like this.
No, I read the comic. It was great comic. I just had some questions about it.
You did good. No, that was a good one.
Did Lindsay do that one? Is that what it is? Was it Lindsay? Tell me, Matt. I mean, either way, you just set the bar high.
Race board.
Yeah, that's actually a really good way of putting it. It kind of is. The only thing is that, of course, because I kind of imagine it like a sort of a side dimension, so you can bring some of that power, that substance from the void. It's just because you're bringing it from somewhere else, it's so much harder
Mhm.
and it's so much more difficult. Whereas when you're in the void, you can do anything there. But now when you're in reality, you're kind of bent by reality's rules. And so that affects the void and kind of its
So
rules
there's
and how
no
things
rules
happen.
in the void?
Yeah, there really aren't any.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Hold on.
Are you going to bring in any other like kind of Tibetan mythology, like any of the yogai or anything like that?
Down the road, I'm open to it, especially since, like I said, he is Tibetan American, so we will be at least going into how the hell is this dude Tibetan American, because it's been such a hard time for people from there to leave the country and all that kind of stuff. So how was that able to happen and all that sort of thing? So there's certainly that. So yeah, I'm very much like Chalk Zone. Yeah, I don't think I ever saw that, but now I want to.
Sounds really familiar.
I want to do.
But yeah, I'm very open to it, and of course I want to. I haven't done enough research at this point to say, but I picked Tibet because it was something I wanted to know more about. So yeah, I'm sure that will inspire me along the way.
Okay, you get into a lot of the Chinese occupation with the mom. She's not even seen throughout the comic, but you do talk about her in the intro.
Mm-hmm.
I love that fact, and I was like, oh, I want to know more about just her and her backstory. So
that'll definitely come up, and it's not something we've really hidden, but obviously there's more to it and whatnot. But you know, the basic idea is she was just kind of this sort of neo hippie, you know, kind of like when the Beastie Boys in the 90s got way into Tibet and free Tibet and all that. Yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah,
so
free Tibet, baby. I'm with you.
she decided to go there and you know, hit them right where it happens. And now she has a son. And what the hell happened? How'd that come about? Well, that's something you'll find out in the book over time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I can't
Bring it
wait.
over to
I
the
love
beds.
this. I'm stoked
Thank you.
about it. Yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. You guys are getting me stoked to do more, so thank you. Thanks, homie.
Yeah, you gotta recognize greatness.
Yeah, this is creepy. Matt lately has barely even said anything on these streams, and then all of a sudden he comes out like, I feel like this is when Silent Bob starts talking during the movie, and he's just like, super intelligent, and you're just like, yeah, this is.
How did you know those law terms?
This is.
You gotta
This
always
is something incredible. Glad I wasn't here to disrupt it.
always listen to
Yeah.
Lunchbox. Always listen to Lunchbox.
Silent
Silent Matt, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Totally.
Oh my
Absolutely.
gosh. Where's your trench coat, buddy?
You know what? This is kind of funny because you would have Jay and Silent Matt. It's actually
Holy
weird.
macaroni. The bearded Jay.
That would mean that I am the monkey, which I'll live with.
No. I don't think that's what that means. Could
Yeah,
though.
yeah, most definitely.
I think you're the clerk.
Which one though?
You're
Dante or Randall? I'd be Dante.
Dante.
You'd
I
be
think you're
Dante.
more of a Randall.
Really? You think so?
You have no idea how many times I've called him up on Sunday. He's like, I'm not even supposed to be working today.
I'm not supposed to be here.
Oh, dude. I don't know if I can show this on screen, so let's just show it real quick.
You cannot show that on stream, but
didn't see
it's
it.
been done.
But it's been done.
You can't? I thought if you don't say it, then they don't pick up on it.
Well, we're about to find out, I guess, aren't we?
It was such a good suggestion. I just couldn't leave it there. I mean, you look happy all the time.
So that happened, yeah.
So that happened. I'm sorry. Yes, it did, Lizard.
You're good. Just to clarify, Dominic S is the voice out of sync with the video for anyone else. We've actually been having a bunch of audio issues tonight, so apologies for that. But it is what it is. That's kind of what happens when you're doing these things live.
I think I got
once a week.
Snowstorm going on.
Oh, don't say that. My motorcycle's outside.
You're in Pokey, dude. You won't freaking have any snow from here. I'm next to the mountains.
I'm gonna be really upset if I walk outside and it's like 3 inches of snow on my bike.
I might have just.
I don't blame you.
I'm sorry about that, dude.
I'm in Texas. If I had snow, I'd be pissed.
Oh, dude, snowing is the most bestest therapy on the planet. It's fantastic. Pushing snow is the best.
Oh, no. I did my snow time. I did 32 years of snow time. Screw that. I'm done. I'm nothing but sun now.
Oh,
nothing
well,
but sun.
Okay.
I did
can
my snow time.
understand. I can understand being in the sun. Oh, really?
Yeah, I did 32 years. I was born and raised in Canada. I'm done.
That's not the same kind of snow. That snow is heavy.
When you factor in that both Chuck and Ryan Reynolds come from Canada, I feel like the chips have been stacked against us as far as handsomeness.
No, it hasn't, dude. We're in line. Chuck is gonna bring Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Gosling, dude, we got it going on, man. Straight up,
you got
we
all
got
the good ones.
Oh
my gosh!
Yeah,
I feel,
but everything gets canceled out because you gave us Justin Bieber. So
no, you took him, and we were like, "Fooled you!"
No refunds.
Oh,
we've been trying to give him back ever since.
Oh yeah, that ain't happening. I was just in Washington in December, and it was funny. I was in Seattle for Emerald City. I had a blast, and there was no snow there. And I was like, good. I was so worried. I literally, to go to Emerald City, I had to buy a pair of pants because I didn't own any pants. I bought one pair of pants just to, fuck pants. I hate pants.
I get you.
So,
I wear shorts over my jammas so that I can wear shorts in the winter.
Respect. Mad respect. Nothing but respect. So I bought pants for there, and I didn't have to wear them at all. And we were on our way home, and we had dropped someone off, and it was really late at night. And so as my buddy was driving, I took a nap, and I woke up. We were in the mountains, and he's like, "Hey, man, stop for gas. Do you want to get some?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I get out, and I hear the crunch of snow, and I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah, man, we're in the mountains. It's snowing up here." And I was like, "Oh, shit, I missed snow the whole time, and here it is on the way home. Are you serious?"
Chuck drops to his knees, hands stretched towards the sky.
No!
Tippy toeing over to the cash register.
I still didn't put my pants on. I was like, no. It's a quick move. I'm not doing it.
Do you know how macho you are when you're walking through the snow in sandals and shorts and a short sleeve shirt? Like everybody's looking at you like you're crazy, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm macho."
Yeah. We actually had a snowstorm. We had a snowstorm down here, like the little Snowmageddon last winter, where our power went out, water went out. Oh yeah, it was rough here. Yeah. It was actually bad.
That was a sign of the times.
It was, here's the thing, because a lot of people, my dad called and he made fun. He's like, "Man, you grew up in this stuff. How can't you handle it?" I was like, "You don't get it, Dad. It's not that I can't handle the snow. It's first off, these people here, they don't know snow. We don't get it." So I literally, at one point I was at the grocery store and I had to teach a girl how to drive in snow right there. Because she's poor high school girl. She's like, "I don't know, I'm going to get home." I'm like, "Okay, here's how we drive."
Down.
And I taught her how to drive right there in snow. I'm like, "Don't worry. You're going to go slow. You're going to tap on the gas, tap on the brake. Everything's going to be slow. You're fine." So, these people just don't know it. The other thing is the houses here aren't made for freezing temperatures. So pipes burst, snow, there's no insulation in a lot of these houses. So, the cold gets right in. They're just not ready for it. The electricity system wasn't down for it. We ended up having brownouts and blackouts and stuff. It was brutal.
So I have a question though, because the way that insulation would work, it would keep the heat out, and it gets super hot there. Why don't the houses have insulation? That's just crazy to me.
I think it's just you know what? Maybe it's not that they don't have insulation; they have very little. And everyone here has central air, so it's just you're just piping in the cold air.
Massive air conditioning.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you guys are hot like year round, right?
Oh yeah.
70s is winter for you.
Hot. Look at him. He's gorgeous.
I know. I didn't want to tell everybody.
Still in my shorts and everything. Yeah, man. No, I mean, even it got so we got down around freezing recently, but then like within a day or two, you pop back up into 70s, 80s, and hell, like I remember, I remember back in 2013, just before I went home to go visit some people and whatnot. It was January, I think it was like January 16th or something. And it was 81, and I'm out playing poker on a patio. And then I go home, and it's like negative whatever. And I'm like, really?
Dude, it's like
this
16
is why...
here right now. It's like 16 right now.
That sucks. It cold does. Here, and it's like 48.
Oh, my heck. I would be out in a freaking t-shirt and shorts, if you could even get the shorts on me.
Right.
Streaking through the field. 50 degrees.
Amazing.
So is that where the nickname comes from? The Give a nickname?
Give an F Chuck?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to? Well, I've kind of sworn already.
You're allowed to say whatever you like.
Okay, cool.
I mean,
so
yeah, now is the time to ask. Thanks for checking with us.
There you go, right there. That's my branded hat.
Awesome. That's awesome. That is so cool. Can I get one of those? That's so awesome.
I had it made. I had it made at a shop. It was like, and because I'm Canadian, it's a Blue Jays hat.
Oh, you should totally be selling those online, man. I think
I know, right?
Be picking them up like popcorn.
That's not a bad idea, actually. It would require more work, but I might do it. That's actually not a bad idea. But I did that, going down to Emerald City. I wanted to have my own branded hat. I thought that'd be really cool. But I have my own show on YouTube. I have a show called Chuck's Shop Talk, where I sit down for an hour or so with right, where I sit down with a creator. We talk about processes, about their creations, all that kind of stuff. And whenever I sign off, I'll say to everyone, "Thanks so much for coming out. My name is Chuck, and I give a fuck." And that's how I end every episode. So that's why awesome. I'm Give a Fuck Chuck.
Well, I think it's fantastic that you actually give one. You know what I mean? Because most people don't.
Thank you. I think, you know what? Like, I think that's why I enjoy being an editor so much. I feel like something that's missing from creation a lot of times is that bedside manner. Where when I first got into editing, I felt really bad and I didn't badge code. Oh, do you have another badge code coming up?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, I'm so excited. What's this one?
Hey, have you collected yours? Have you been collecting yours, Bull?
I haven't yet, but I have to.
Oh, dude, you better get into your account and start collecting, bro. These are your starts.
Right.
This is how you start it.
If you go into your dashboard, come down here to My Badges, GAFC.
Oh,
and you get this amazing sign.
Oh, that's so awesome. Oh, you guys are the best. You guys are the best. Holy crap. Oh,
it's freaking cool, dude.
Oh, Katie Smith says that's a soundbite. We're gonna go off of that's the best. You guys are the best.
Yeah, somebody clip it and replay it over and over and over again. Dude,
so yeah, I feel like Badgers, maybe I believe.
Really
I love how he blasts it in all caps. He's just like, "Stop, Chuck, no!"
And I love that you guys do that because that's a metaphor that I use a lot when I'm talking to the different creators that I work with. Is I'll say, like, in this industry, you need to be trying to collect your badges. And for me, like, badges are those things that you get to say, "Hey, I accomplished this." No one can take that away from you. I published a book as a comic writer. Boom, you can't take that from me. I have that badge. I published my own book. I took that. I funded a Kickstarter. You have all that. This was cool. I edited a book that one of my heroes, Ebass, did a cover for. Boom, that's a badge that I get to own. I get to be on a book with someone like that. So anytime you get published by a major publisher, so all the different publishers, Scout, that's a badge. Antarctic Press, badge. Markosia, Second Sight, all these different things that I got to work on. They're all badges. So, yeah, collect badges on CryptoComics and in life.
Heck yeah. Oh, I love that.
I like that.
Okay, here, I'll read it for the people who cannot read. Can't see. Sorry, I didn't mean read. There's tons of reasons to follow your dreams and create. One of those reasons always has to be for you, or else that passion, that drive, that hunger, it'll turn to smoke. Dang.
I like that.
What can you tell us about that one, Chuck?
To me, it says it right there. The thing is that I have so many people coming to me, and they're bothered by all this outside stimuli, all these other things that piss you off. This book didn't do as well as I wanted, or I didn't get this gig, I lost that gig, whatever. Or a lot of times it's, I'm not getting the likes when I put up my art, or, people aren't doing, I haven't been able to get reviews for my books. And I'm like, yeah, all that stuff's huge, and it's tough. And you gotta, you want to keep trying to work for that stuff. But if you're not doing it for you as well, if you're not one of the reasons that you're creating, and it's just that outward stimuli, then you're doing it for all the wrong reasons. And you're just, you're waiting for that validation from something that will never come. So you need to validate yourself, and you need to be able to look and go, you know what? I fucking love what I did. This thing that I made, this is exactly what I wanted. And a lot of times that's where the best creations come from. Is you see a need in the marketplace and you go, hey, I want this. I have not seen it. I'm going to fucking make it. And so if somebody else doesn't say I love it, that's okay, because you love it. You made it. You did this cool thing. And what I love, for me, you work on so many things, you start to forget. And one of my favorite things is every once in a while, I'll pick up one of my other books and I'll read it. And I'll forget, oh shit, like I did this. This is so fun. And so you get to enjoy it on a totally different level. So maybe try to be a little scatterbrained too. So that that way, when you pick up your stuff later on, you can enjoy it as if you never did it. You're like, this guy, he wrote this for me. Yeah, damn right he did. It's you, idiot.
Hey, Kylie wanted to say, all right, guys, I got to hop off. I have to work at 4 a.m. Chuck, you are an amazing dude. Your work is amazing, and I love it. As always, gang, y'all are amazing. Have a great night. My favorite goofs.
Thank you, Kelly. You have a terrific time. I can't wait to see more of you.
All right. Well,
statement.
On that note,
I like that philosophy, dude. I like philosophy, man. That's some Taoist stuff, man. That's some Tibetan freaking wisdom going on there, bro.
Thanks, man. I just think it's really important that we remind ourselves why we do stuff, and I love to do that. Like I'll drop little rants, video rants, and all that kind of stuff. I think it's just really important. One of the big things that an editor does that people don't know is the best thing we can do is ask you why. Why are you doing this? And you need to do that even in your own life. Why am I doing this? So, someone will go, they'll put this scene in here. I'm like, why is this scene in here? I really like it. Well, that's a shitty reason. Give us a better reason why this scene is in there. Like, we need to know, what does it do for the story? What does it do for the characters? Well, I just think it's really cool. Well, cool only gets you so far, and cool could become amazing if the why matches eventually. So if we have a good reason for having that thing in there, because my parents never know, that's a reason. That's a reason.
Not a great reason, but it's a good reason, Digi. Way to bring it up.
It's a reason.
I'm gonna go cry in a corner.
It's a reason. So yeah, those whys are so important. We need to think about them.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, that is so important. Understanding the whys changes the game.
Yep.
It really
Mhm.
changes the game. I couldn't agree with you more. Like the whys are so important because then people
Mhm.
have that understanding, and they're not just like a drone. It takes the drone out of it and creates emphasis with every step because you understand why you're stepping.
So like, actually, I would even use what you guys are doing here. Obviously, crypto market or CryptoComics, it's it's something where you see a future to it and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, if you weren't passionate about comics, if you didn't love what you guys were doing, you wouldn't be putting all this time and money and effort into doing it. And so having that why, that passion, caring about it, it's why. I mean, how many years have you guys been doing this for?
It's been
Cool.
83 years.
4
4 years.
It's been 4. We started in 2018, so we've been working on this project for 4 years.
If that passion wasn't there, that why wasn't there, you wouldn't have made it to 2 years. You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't have made it this far. And so that why
Exactly
is
right.
so important. Understanding. So that's why when people be like, I want to do this. Why do you want to do it? I don't know. It's cool. Yeah, well, you probably won't finish then. So why does
It's
it matter
not
to
enough
you?
drive.
Yeah, you need to be fucking hungry. And that's what I was talking about. The hunger, the drive, the passion. All that stuff is your whys. And if you have the why, then you will get to the end. And the end, that gets there. There's so much there. You now have something tangible. So you guys have Crypto Market, which is about to be out there live soonish,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what you guys have been, right? That's the why. That's what you guys have been working for. And then when it's live, you get to see all the fruits of your labor. Same for me. Like when we would do one chapter after another, and then eventually you got this book and you're able to hold it in your hand and go, holy shit, this is the why. I got this thing in my hand. I get to say I'm an author. I get to be able to show this off and be happy with it and share it around. All those whys are so important. So remember your whys whenever you try to do anything. Why the fuck am I even doing this? And if you think of that ahead of time, you're gonna finish. It's more likely.
I'm gonna be totally honest with you. Matt promised me a Lambo, so
Dude,
that's your why. That's your why.
I just figure at this point, I got.
He doesn't know it's a Matchbox, but still, he'll get the Lambo.
Wait,
no
what?
Hot Wheels.
All
Don't
right,
worry, it'll
let me
be
hit
signed.
this question real quick. Dominic
Oh,
Holdu
yeah.
comes in on Facebook and says,
Oh,
"Who got each of you into comics in the first place, and why not give the peeps who did a shout out?"
that's a good.
Okay, me
that's a
first.
good-
Yeah.
Okay.
Me first.
Yeah.
Matt.
Oh,
Week.
Got
Good
me
for you,
in
man.
comics.
how long have you guys been friends for?
Oh,
It's
going
been
on, what, 9
83
years?
years. Oh, sorry, guys.
I think we're going on 9 years now.
yeah,
Oh, cool.
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Almost a decade.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you're
But Matt-
relatively
Matt's-
new to comics.
Oh, I'm super new.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the new kid on the block.
We
without
should
the
ask him
voice.
about Deathpool. Yeah. He's very new to comics.
Created
Don't ask him
Deadpool.
about that.
I
No.
straight
Oh.
up created Deadpool. So let me tell you about this, okay? So they were
Damn it,
asking me who
Matt.
my favorite character was, right? And I was like, Deathpool. And they're like, that doesn't exist. Well, guess what? The universe gave it to Marvel and they're creating a Deathpool. I came up with it. Pissed me off.
So what about
Tell
you, Chuck?
what.
Who got you into comics?
So
Oh,
it's
I love you, Digi.
what'd they say?
There's a new kid on the blockchain.
Oh, okay.
That's so awesome.
It's funny. I kind of got me into comics. I went to my grandparents' house, and they had foster kids that stayed with them. My grandfather was a priest, and so they had foster kids that stayed with them. And one day, one of them let me come and hang out, and I was hanging out in his room, and he had all these comics in there. And I just started reading them, and dude, I fell in love. And any chance I could, because I just always loved reading, but then the art coupled with that, it it tickled me somewhere that I'd never been able to really kind of experience. And so I would always go back to comics any chance I got. And I remember my Aunt Diane, when I was about 13 years old, one of my first jobs was she cleaned banks late at night. And so I would go and I would help her clean the bank. And when it was done, she would be like, we would go next door to, instead of 7-Eleven, we have Becker's back home. And so we would go to the Becker's or the Max, and we would go there, and they had comic books, and they had Wolverine. And I was like, dude, this guy is awesome. He's a Canadian. He's furry. He's a badass. He's me. Like, let's do it. So I picked up my first Wolverine comic, and I have not since then looked back. Like, I've been a huge X-Men fan, a huge comic fan ever since. So just people around me being open to that kind of stuff and being like, oh, you want a comic? Yeah, go pick that one up. And ever since, just been into it and never stopped.
That was cool. Matt, what
Matt,
about you?
what about you? Yeah.
Actually, Fry, you say real quick while I'm trying to get something
All
ready
right.
for you.
Oh,
So, long time ago, in a land known as the 80s, there was an entire generation known as the Latchkey generation. I was one of these brave soldiers. And as a part of that, my godfather actually owned a local comic book shop and tried to get me to shut up by giving me comic books. I talked a lot. I'm sure you guys probably didn't realize that.
Is that what a latch
Dude,
kid is?
No, it means like tween daycare, basically. Like in the
Oh.
A latchkey kid was usually a kid who they would get straight off the bus. Mom and dad were working and whatnot, and they would go straight home and kind of take care of themselves. You know, go home and yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so comics facilitated the need to shut that kid up.
That's cool.
What
Worked out really well.
great. This was an
Now,
uncle?
This was your
one at a
uncle?
time, guys. It was my godfather. Yeah.
Oh.
Godfather. What a great godfather. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Chuck.
I got lucky.
Well, so it's so he got you into comics. You've been reading comics ever since, but it didn't shut you up, did it?
No, it didn't.
You just got louder. You just started being loud about comics.
More, yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, then suddenly I knew more than everyone. You know what I mean? Because then the MCU started happening, and I was like, let me explain to you guys how this really happens. Okay? Like,
Let me tell you how it really went down.
the Mark I didn't look like that at all, guys.
You were one of those elitists.
Oh, I still am. I'm terrible.
I know.
I'm
I know.
terrible about it.
He teases me behind the scenes.
It's so bad.
He makes me feel this big.
I try not to, but on some things you just have to. You know what I mean? Like when Jared's like, how many times has Batman been in a Marvel movie? You know what I mean? At that point, you're just like, you're like 83.
That's not true, Chuck.
Jared.
That's not true. I'm pretty sure he's in, and it wasn't a movie, it was a cartoon. I'm pretty sure that Batman, special guest appearance, Marvel cartoon. I'm pretty sure.
You know what? I feel like he's keeping this generalistic enough that he's going to be able to Google it in 3 hours. And
Right.
be like, you see,
Well,
in Sweden, there was a Kleenex commercial.
See,
It'll be
I
great
think
'cause-
he was. Yeah. What was that?
Well, it's great because he'll find his answer, and I want him to, and he'll be like, "Yeah, so I found this cartoon. It's a TV show, blah blah." And I was like, "Yeah, you said movie."
No. I said movie. I specifically changed that because I knew.
Oh, you
to set that
changed it.
expectation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I changed that right away because I was like, there ain't no freaking movie with him in it, is there? I mean, there could be, but I don't think there
Andrew
is.
Dodge on Twitch says, to be completely honest, Matt got me into comics. Growing up through school, he was always drawing comic characters and reading comics. I, however, didn't actually start collecting until September of 2020.
Wow.
Weird. So that means that Matt is the current godfather of indie comics.
I like that. Ooh, I'm gonna use that.
Whoa, what a title,
Yes.
Matt!
Right?
That's a future badge, people. That's a
I
future
know.
badge.
Ooh,
That's a badge.
that is a
And
nice call.
I collect the shit out of that.
This gets pretty good, though. Min comes in to say, you are thinking of Scooby-Doo.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You are right. Thank you. Thank you, Min. You are awesome, by the way.
JD Smith says, that's fair. Fry's Jared's big brother in terms of comics. Unfortunately, you're going to have to catch the occasional crap sugar.
Dude, seriously.
And then-
it's not
and then
fair.
he
And he's taller than me, too.
Then he says, put that title in your LinkedIn, Matt.
I actually am. Tomorrow morning, it'll be in there.
No, not in your LinkedIn, Matt. Do you know how
Oh,
many
come
people
on.
are going to... Dude, I don't know.
I'll just have a clip to this particular show.
I
It'll
think
be great.
I think you should don it on the next show. Try it on the side.
Ooh. I don't know if that's going to fit in there. I'll be honest with you. StreamYard doesn't give us a whole lot of space
No,
to
they
play
don't.
with.
So it'll be cut off, and it'll be like Matt something 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 ...
Current godfather of, and then that's it. Yeah.
GOIC.
Ooh. Man. I would be jelly, but I'm not.
You're not? Really?
Nope.
Oh,
Dude,
man.
I get to be next to Chuck-tastic, okay? Like,
And
that's freaking awesome. That's the
And
greatest
Jared,
name
here's
of
the
all
thing.
time.
we may not be godfathers, but godfathers have to do work. And you know what? I like what I do. So no, he can do the work. He can get the people into comics. We're gonna read and make them. We're good.
That's right. We're going to read and enjoy. Well, I'm going to read and enjoy them.
There you
You
go.
read and make them good for me to enjoy them.
Yes,
I
sir.
still get the Lambo. Everybody's happy.
Dude, don't worry. We ordered that Hot Wheels like a month ago. It's coming.
All right.
I
Well,
swear. It's on one
before
of those ships that are in harbor.
Before we wrap this up entirely, real quick, I want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to find Chuck on social media. You can find him on Facebook. Pretty sure Twitter. Pretty sure I've seen you on there. He's also got the live stream that is absolutely awesome. Chuck's Raw Reviews. Very, very good podcast / live stream to check out.
Oh, thank you, man.
Chuck's always hanging out with other creators, and
I love
it's
doing
always hilarious. I just want to say ahead of time, I make zero effort to be company forward when I'm inside of Chuck's chat. So if you see me in there,
I want to be on Chuck's show
You want to come on sometime?
oh no!
someday.
Oh,
Oh, look at Jared!
I'll even
Look
put
how-
on my Wolverine chops. No, I'm
Please,
just kidding.
sir. Please, Chuck, man.
Please, Chuck, may I have another?
You know what though? Why don't we? I'm going to announce it right here. Why don't we get the gang from CryptoComics? Once you guys are live, let's bring you on the show, and we'll talk about what you guys do for comics, and we'll get you guys. You can talk about it and show it off and explain it to everybody. We'll go over that because you have to have something to show off. So why don't we do that?
Sold.
You're so
Okay.
freaking awesome,
Just
Chuck-tastic.
let me know way ahead of time because the book it does book out. Like I'm booked almost into April. So
Yeah.
let me know way
Yeah,
ahead of
yeah,
time, but
yeah.
I will gladly have you guys on the show. I would love to show off CryptoComics. You guys are showing me off more than enough. Let's do that and make that happen. We're live every Tuesday on YouTube and on Facebook. My YouTube channel is Chuck's Raw Reviews. My Facebook, Chuck Pineau. Tuesday at 10 Eastern. 7? Is it 7 or 6 Pacific?
I think it's 6.
Wait, what was it?
6
What was-
Pacific?
I think it's 6. I could be wrong, but I'm. Yeah,
No, it's
yeah,
7.
Come on. Is it 7?
7
7
Pacific, yeah.
Eastern?
Oh, man.
So it's 10 Eastern,
I'm
7
stupid.
Pacific. And tomorrow night we have poet and cosplayer and former wrestler December Lace. It's going to be an absolutely amazing show. She is awesome. She's also a cosplayer. She's just absolutely fantastic. You guys will have a wonderful time with her. And she's also a huge indie comic nut. So it will be an amazing show. I'd love to see you guys all there. And in the future, we're going to have the Crypto Boys on the show, and we're going to talk all about CryptoComics Marketplace.
You're
Should we-
so Chuck-tastic.
Should we drop a hint as to when that might be then, Jared? What do you think?
do it. Do it. Do it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, but if we do this, we close out right after.
Okay. Let's make all of our announcements, and then we'll do it during the credits, so no one can barely hear it.
All right, everybody,
I mean,
go check out Brink and Fetch and Cat Dad. Come on, like we got to get those some love, guys.
Thank you.
And
very much.
Matt's just trying to push. He's like, all right, we're going to do this and that and announcement. Let's go. I respect it, Mother. I respect it. That's good.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
He's taking his time. He's the Godfather. He slows it down.
All right, Jared. I'm gonna let you be the person that says this on the stream. Ready?
Wait, hold on 1 second. Have we covered the GoFundMe yet?
Yes.
Okay.
We did it. We did it when you
All right.
dropped off, buddy.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Okay.
So you ready?
Awesome. No, actually, because you changed the verbiage on me, if I remember correctly, due to some.
Here's your new verbiage.
Okay, so live summer of 2022. Possibly.
All right. Thank you again, Chuck.
Allegedly.
We really appreciate it, man.
Allegedly.
All right.
Thank you.
Got it.
Everyone.
You always got it. Thank you, Chuck. Chuck-tastic.
Thanks for having
The
me.
baddest
Thanks for having me, guys.
Press Pineau that we've ever had on show.
Oh God! Somebody make it stop.